What's up, Sickle Cell Warriors? It's Dr.O, and the grind never stops. I know it's been a while. I've been busy making a lot of Sickle Cell storytime videos. I hope y'all are enjoying that. But the reason I'm making this video today is because I would like to talk about the relationship between Sickle Cell and COVID. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I feel like there's not a lot of information about the relationship between these two things. When the COVID first came out, I was pretty scared because, obviously the pandemic was new to everybody, but me being a sickle cell warrior, I was even more scared because I didn't really know what that meant for people who had sickle cell. And so I took my time to do research on sickle cell and see what are some of the alarming things that we should be aware of when it comes to COVID-19 and sickle cell disease. Unfortunately, because there's not so much information about sickle cell in general, I had to do research for myself and pretty much find the information for us. So the first website I went to, was the CDC, and the CDC is a great website in general to just learn about COVID. So as you can see here, it says that study finds that people with sickle cell disease who develop coronavirus disease have higher rates of hospitalization, intensive care unit admission, and death. And while reading this article, I wanted to get to the meat of it and show some statistics and data that I found pretty alarming and interesting. And so here in this study with 178 people, they said that the average age was 28.6 years. And amongst those people who had COVID and had sickle cell, 69% of them were hospitalized, and 11% of them were admitted to the intensive care unit, and unfortunately 7% of them died. So this is alarming, and I'm not making this video or bringing this attention to scare us. I'm only bringing this attention to us so we can be more aware of sickle cell and be more cautious of what we can do to avoid getting the COVID. Last time I checked, like the COVID-19, even though it spreads really quickly, the average recovery rate is 99%. So most people recovered, but as we can see here, only 7% of people who had sickle cell died. So I'm pretty much making this video so we can be more alert about COVID and sickle cell. So as sickle cell warriors, what can we do? What can we do to make sure we don't get COVID and be less at risk of being hospitalized for COVID? So I went on the SickleCellSociety.org, and the SickleCellSociety.org is a great website to just get information about sickle cell. They do a really good job of giving us pertinent details and teaching us and providing information for the most important aspects of sickle cell, like drinking water, seeing your doctor, information like that. So some of the things that it said here that stuck out to me were pretty much, the typical wear your face mask, get tested, and get vaccinated. And me particularly, I've been really blessed. I haven't got COVID, and hopefully I never do. But I just wanted to share with y'all some stuff that I did that I think really helps me. Two things in particular that I did was I got vaccinated. I got my 2 shots plus the additional booster shot. That's something that we can all do. And then I'm very, very cautious of how close I am to people. Even before the pandemic, I always kind of kept my distance away from people when talking. So I feel like one of the best ways to stay away from having COVID is just isolating yourself and quarantining yourself. And when you do go outside or you're in a public place, just be very mindful of how close you are to people, because at the end of the day, this thing goes from person to person. So hypothetically, if you're in your house all by yourself it's impossible to get the COVID if you're surrounded by nobody. Yeah, so those are some things we can do, sickle cell warriors. We can wear a face mask. We can get tested. Working from home also helps. That's actually something I'm recently been doing, and working from home helps. Get vaccinated. Vaccinations are pretty useful because it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you don't get the COVID, but it significantly increases the chances of you not getting it. So those are some ways to prevent us from getting COVID. I'm sure you guys have heard most of these tips, but I just wanted to make a brief video about the relationship between sickle cell and COVID. And later down the road, I'm gonna make a video about how to get COVID vaccinations and whether or not you should get them, and what are the pros and cons of going about getting the vaccination. As a pharmacist, I believe I have a lot of experience in regards to vaccinations, and I feel like my opinion and expertise on it can help give you a much clearer idea if it's worth getting or not, or why you may consider getting the booster shot. Anyway, sickle cell warriors, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you all for watching this. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, and thank you so much for blessing me.